We saw the president also taking on the speaker. You had a chance to sit down with her yesterday.
That's right, Robin. She is leading the battle for the House Democrats. She's all in, and we sat down as the president was unleashing that series of attacks on her from the White House. Madam Speaker, thank you for doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It may not surprise you, the president was watching your press conference. He says he heard you talk about wanting to do prescription drugs, wanting to do the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, but now he's calling you the do-nothing Democrat, says you can't do it.
Why can't we do it? It's up to him. That was our pledge during the campaign for the people. We would lower the cost of prescription drugs. I think that the president wants to do that. So I hope that he would cooperate. He does want the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement. So do we. We're on a path to yes. So I think the president knows the argument that can be made against him, and he's scared. And so he's trying to divert attention from that to we're standing in the way of legislation.
You say he's scared. You know, he had another tweet right after the one I just talked to you about where he used a word I'm not going to repeat right here. Did you hear the fear in his voice when you spoke with him on the phone last week?
I saw the surprise in his voice that he didn't understand that I thought what he did was wrong, that he was undermining our national security, that he was undermining our Constitution by his actions, and he was undermining the integrity of our elections. He just didn't see it. But again, he confirmed that that is what the conversation was, as had been reported in the public domain, and that when I actually saw it in writing, I'd be so pleased.
The suspension of the aid was days before the call, but one of the things you've heard from some of the president's defenders is there's no explicit quid pro quo in the call. Is that necessary for impeachment?
First of all, it's not necessary, but second of all, there is a quid pro quo if you're only a couple days apart in granting or withholding and then asking for a favor to create dirt on your political opponent. The president did engage in using the leverage of our national security, legislation that was passed by the House and the Senate in the interest of our national security to give military assistance to Ukraine.
In both the Nixon and the Clinton cases, the House passed a formal resolution to set up the inquiry. Why not take that step right now?
We could. We don't have to, but we could.
Well,
you know who was most afraid of that vote coming out? The Republicans, because they're going to have to decide.
Wouldn't that make the process even more airtight?
No, it's not necessary. We feel that we're on very firm ground as we go forward, and we may go to that place as we go, just because it's a Republican talking point, but it's not necessary.
I know you support Chairman Schiff, but was it right for him to have that dramatic interpretation of the president's transcript of the phone call at the hearing last week?
I want the American people to know what that phone call was about. I want them to hear it. So yeah, it's fair. It's sad. But it's using the president's own words. So if he's...
Well, those weren't the president's words. It was an interpretation of the president's words. They're saying he made this up.
He did not make it up. Look, I'm going to tell you something. When I took the oath of office to support and defend the Constitution, as my colleagues have done as well, I did not say I will do this as long as the Republicans can understand the Constitution. So the fact that their loyalty is to Trump and not to the Constitution is not going to slow down or impair our ability to keep the republic.
So has this process passed the point of no return? Is an impeachment vote inevitable in the House?
I don't think so, no. I think that we just go forward and follow the facts. I don't think that. There are some people who say, why are you calling for an inquiry? You should just call to impeach. I don't think that would be fair, and it isn't worthy of the Constitution. We should collect the facts.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.